Hello, World Typology welcomes you. The 8th of July, 2020. Categories of people and their innate choice. Categories of people are the groups of people that are united under similar, stable, superficial life beliefs. In total, we found 4 new categories of people by their conviction. These categories are innate. Therefore, each person has only one category throughout life. Categories were discovered with the help of typological method of research and logical analysis. In such method, all behavioral characteristics of some nations of world and their cultural facts and traces as national clothes, boundaries, artifacts, ceremonies, and local rules were compared and taken into account. These facts were compared with theoretical phenomena such as ITT, that's innate type of thinking, and temperament. Besides, it was noticed that in some families there is a cyclic and stable misunderstanding occurs between children and parents, due to the complaints of one or both sides of relationship. It shows us that values and interests of a child and parent do not match sometimes, and they are stable if their misunderstanding or conflicts continue. That is why categories of people influence on their relationship and serve as a basic foundation of it. Categories of people are unchanged from childhood. The categories. Category 1. Peaceful. That's people who do not support any position. Usually they are friendly and harmless, but at the same time they don't support the country if there is no rules that can push them of doing so. They can change the internal laws and rules in each country, and this may change the previous way of life of other people. One of the categories of people that is usually right in his or her behavior. These people are individualists, and sometimes they need their own private space in order to be untouched. Usually they want to become famous. They can be good-natured, but in a few minutes they can become very strict and categorical with others. They don't like the borders of the countries, and they don't care much about national flag and traditions. They do not understand or support forced and compulsory service in the military. The army is built only on the voluntary consent of a person. Their complaints are temporary and not official, but people who are the patriots may see these complaints as a kind of pressure on their country that is against the system. But despite of this, first category of people prefer to stay in a system with patriots where they can find some income with perspective. Such people like long voyages, their own yachts and planes. By default, they don't like to marry those people who are much older than them. The second category is category 2A, ActivePatriot. Such person likes to show his love to his country not only by screaming loudly and beating his fist in his chest. They also work and give to their country and nation a lot of good things he or she has. They are innately collectivists. These people are open-minded and usually brave, sometimes even too much. That is why they may forget to track the hidden threats that may harm their country from inside. After the threat becomes visible to them, they become aggressive and go voluntarily to war. They understand and support forced and compulsory military service. They respect national culture and like to demonstrate and defend it. They like to strengthen their body and go for sports. Their goal is a victory, everything else is just a formal question. These people like to talk about politics and argue with others. They show their emotions clearly when you talk about war. Active patriots usually don't create chaos by themselves, but if they see the chaos, their emotions rage. Such people value and love the borders of their country and national flag. Category 2P, PassivePatriot. They are also collectivists by their nature, but unlike 2A, these people are more calm and silent patriots. They are generous and law-abiding, but they are dangerous for those who invade their country. This is because they use different tactics and positions and sometimes can even make a friendship with their enemies. But deeply inside, such people continue to be faithful to their country and keep their duties to the motherland. But that doesn't mean, yet, that they will punish their enemy because everything depends on the situation. This is the only category that may bring the lost territories back to their country in the future. Such people value and respect the borders of their country and national flag. They understand and support forced and compulsory military service. They love to work for their nation and country as well as strengthen their muscles and spirit. Such people don't leave others in trouble and prefer to be so-called in a sorrow and joy together. 2A category likes this proverb too. They can get mad of those who steal something from their country, who is hiding something or betray their homeland. 2A patriots have almost the same position, because all patriots are the categories of people that have the same superficial beliefs. The union is the idea of 2P, the passive patriot, because they respect the freedom and territories of other nations and people without changing the borders. And the last category is category number 3, which is the fourth category, and which is called recluse or hermit. These people are individualists. They are quite similar to the first category, and they usually don't bring any benefits to their country and motherland if there is no rules and laws that can make them to do it. Unlike first category, these people are not so open-minded and don't have the endurance and strong life position and image. They try to find benefits in everything they can see around. Some of them try to find weaknesses in law in order to become more rich. Some of them can create chaos if they need it, or even set up some people against some others. They don't respect the borders of the countries, and they are not involved in culture and natural traditions much. They don't care about national flags. They do not understand or support forced and compulsory service in the military. Their army is built only on the voluntary consent of a person. They usually don't have a permanent place of residence during their life. They prefer to move away from society, but they can come back to society again when they see clear benefits for themselves. They are not against the fame, but only if it will bring them a lot of money. These people don't understand when others are standing in lines for products or services. Sometimes they don't see a problem with bribes if the law in their country doesn't work correctly. Their hobbies are quite similar to the category 1 because they like private yachts and planes, etc. But they are very secretive people. Recluse can feel the upcoming negative changes inside the country, and if the news are really bad, they will pack their bags and move to another place. They don't like to talk much about politics, because such theme doesn't touch their emotions, and they don't respect disabled, old, sick and poor people. They respect only wealthy people. Important information. All categories of people have stable relationships. Category 2A can put pressure on category 2P, and both category 2A and 2P can put pressure on category 1. Category 3 may put pressure on 2A and 2P, and category 1 can put pressure on category 3. Thank you for listening.